Juan Manuel Marquez, Dinamita, Dynamite, was born in Mexico City, having 64 fights. He won 56, knocking out 40 of those opponents. His career began back in 1993 when he faced Javier Duran and lost his very first fight, just like Bernard Hopkins. He went on to have a series of wins after that until he attained the vacant NABO WBO featherweight title. He then went on later that year to face Agapito Sanchez, April 21st, 1997. Marquez is a counterpuncher, having the Nacho Bernstein high guard defense. He is here fighting out of the orthodox stance. Known for his counterpunching, he is very good in trades, going to the body, to the head, with some trademark Mexican shots, like the Mexican uppercut. He also has the overhand right, straight right, right hook, straight jab, left hook, and left uppercut. Agapito Sanchez, as you know, was a tough former world champion himself from the Dominican Republic. Another thing about Marquez is he's a thinking fighter, so even in trades, he's watching you, observing you from the outside, and looking to counterpunch you and get you out of there. Here you see Sanchez come in with the double jab to try and make something happen, but Marquez would offset him with an uppercut, slipping his double jab. Out jabbing even Agapito Sanchez. Good judgment of distance. Marquez generally fought on the front foot, but he could also fight on the back foot going towards the ropes. Marquez would make use of pivots, feints, and he would slip punches. Sanchez was always guilty of low blows, dirty tactics, headbutts. He was a rough and rugged opponent. After defending his title against Agapito Sanchez, Marquez went on to defend his title a number of times at featherweight, until he had his opportunity to face former WBA World Featherweight Champion Wilfredo Vargas in Inglewood, California, May 10th, 1999. Marquez in blue, Gomez in the green and white. As you can see, Marquez was always deadly in trades. Vargas was no match, constantly being knocked down even in the first round, and his corner threw in the towel. Having beaten Alfredo Vargas, Juan Manuel Marquez had his opportunity to vie for the WBA World Featherweight title against Freddie Norwood, September 11th, 1999. In the second round, the southpaw Freddie Norwood was able to knock down Juan Manuel Marquez. In the ninth round, Juan Manuel Marquez caught him with a 1-2, a straight right followed by a straight left that knocked him down. In the end, the fight was ruled a unanimous decision win to Freddie Norwood. Seeing that Freddie Norwood was the hometown favorite, the judges had it scored for him, but the fight actually was a lot closer than the judges' scoring. However, having lost to Freddie Norwood, Juan Manuel Marquez continued on his winning streak, beating a number of different opponents and regaining the USBA and the NABF featherweight titles. He would go on February 1st, 2003 to face Manuel Medina, a three-time world champion who was now vying for the vacant IBF World Featherweight title with Marquez. Medina in the white and red trunks, Marquez in the black and white trunks. Marquez showing again that though he is not the aggressor in this fight, he could do damage. already closing down Medina's eye in the 7th round, winning almost every exchange and counter-punching Medina to death. It was a matter of time before Marquez closed the show. And he did so in an emphatic fashion. After facing Manuel Medina, he faced current IBF World Champion Derek Gainer, November 1st, 2003. In this fight, Derek Gainer was the one moving, and Marquez was the pressure fighter. Derek Gainer, in many rounds in the fight, proved elusive, but even so, the southpaw was still being hit flush by Juan Manuel Marquez. Reminiscent of his fight against the southpaw Freddie Norton, Marquez this time was able to get the better of the exchanges. Good body punching by Marquez led to his unanimous decision win when he beat Derek Gainer. Because of a headbutt that was caused in the 7th round, the fight was stopped, and Marquez was up on points. Having beaten Derek Gainer, he went on to face Manny Pacquiao, May 8th, 2004. Pacquiao proved to be much of a different opponent. Very busy, moving from side to side, a good judger of distance, and having that style where he would lean in as if he was going to throw his right and then throw his straight left down the pike. Marquez, a counterpuncher, looked for opportunities to counterpunch, but most of the shots were blocked, even though Marquez still was able to land the straight right. It was the battle of the lefts and the rights. Marquez had mowed through most of his opponents, knocking them out, and so did Manny Pacquiao. So this was a most intriguing matchup. The counterpuncher versus the aggressive fighter. Both were looking for opportunities, and Pacquiao was scoring as well as Marquez. Marquez would go on to be knocked down 2 more times in a really incredible first round. In round 3, having established his jab, he started landing the left hook over his jab and then body shots to Manny Pacquiao. Right hooks to the body and uppercuts to the chest. In the end, on 2 judges' scorecards, Marquez had more rounds in the bank. But such an emphatic round 1 by Manny Pacquiao was in effect that it was just amazing that Marquez came back to get a draw. This fight was to be the beginning of a series of fights. After the Manny Pacquiao memorable fight, Juan Manuel Marquez went on to defend his IBF and WBA titles against Orlando Salido. He then lost his title to Chris John, and he went on to fight named opponents such as Marco Antonio Barrera, Joel Casamayor, Juan Diaz, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Timothy Bradley, and Mike Alvarado. Juan Manuel Marquez, Dinamita. Still in boxing, his career continues to evolve. He is the #1 Mexican fighter in the world and #4 welterweight in the world. Until then, you guys have a great day.